Oh, my camera's a little crooked. Maybe that's a little bit better. Hi, good morning. I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 59 and we are in Southwest Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Charlene. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Darlene. Anne. Good morning, KB. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Villick. Good morning, Edna. Good morning, Anne, Yvette, Lucille, Jenny. Thank you all for joining me today. Happy Friday to you. Jamie's from Michigan. Thanks for joining. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Faye. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Evelyn. Good morning, Linda. Faye, I replied to your email yesterday and I got an error notice. Not sure if it went through on your end. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Soha from Egypt. Welcome. Guess it's not morning there, but welcome anyway. It's a beautiful morning here. It's very mild again, the sun shining. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Julia. Good morning, Techie from the Philippines. I know, Edna, I was just thinking that. What a lovely group we have here. Everyone's saying good morning to everybody else. Good morning, Cheryl. Yes, it is absolutely gorgeous here. I'll flip the camera around so you can see the entire view. We'll start with the sun coming up over there. Got this big fireball, beautiful sun coming up in the east over the trees and the buildings. This is the beach to the south of me, which has lots of walkers because it's mild and beautiful this morning. Good morning from Algeria. And then here is the beach to the north of us. You see quite a few more walkers this morning. It's usually pretty busy down here when it's nice. It's 9 p.m. in the Philippines. Well, thanks for joining. It's not quite 8 a.m. here. Good morning, Deborah. Jenny, you're going on vacation next week, right? Yes, it is gorgeous here. It's always gorgeous here, even when it's, oh, I missed a couple comments. Sorry about that. Faye, yes, I agree. Getting your toes in the sand is such a special treat. Not everybody likes getting into the sand, and I've never really understood that. Some people have an aversion to it. Not me. I love it. Let's see. I'm trying to read the comments as I go. Leanne, yes, please, welcome, enjoy the view and the sounds of the water with us this morning. So pretty. Oh, brought a couple things to show you. Somebody had asked me a question yesterday if they could make the crochet flowers smaller for smaller people, like kids. And so I wanted to show you that not only could you do that, but I wanted to show you in a couple of colors too. So this is the flower pin, the original one. Oh, somebody made a flower already. Wonderful. Hi, Judy. This is the original Passionate Plum. Good morning, Robin, that I did yesterday. What's in the water? It's a swimmer. Looks like there's a swimmer behind me. Yeah, looks like a swimmer. So then I made another one in lavender in Be So Sporty, and I think you can see the texture better on the lighter color. Notice how I just think it photographs better because of the shadows. So that's the same exact flower in the same yarn. And then I'll show you, I did a smaller one on Be So Fine yarn. Oh, Dadu, tell your son I said hello as well. Here is a smaller one on Be So Fine yarn, and you notice I did it kind of loose. You could make this even smaller if you went with a smaller size hook. So you could actually go quite a bit smaller than that as well if you wanted to. And you could also add a different type of hairpin. This one has a crystal rhinestone, but you could do it in all sorts of different ways. There's all sorts of different types of embellishments. Jenny, I love the red one too, absolutely. I've always loved putting flowers in my hair. And I've bought silk flower pins over the years. Love flowers for real, but the problem with real flowers, good morning Meredith from Down Under, is that I worry about bugs. There's a lot of bugs in real flowers, so I've always liked artificial flowers better. But I did want to show you guys something else this morning. I showed you how to do the flower pin in braids yesterday and in a bun, which is really easy to do. But I wanted to show you, even if you don't know how, even if you want to wear your hair down and you don't have a lot of hair, like me, I specifically didn't do my hair this morning to show you this, because I wanted to show you that the only thing you have to do to get these flower pins to stick in your hair, even if you don't have a lot of hair or don't know how to style your hair, I wanted to show you that all you need to do is pin it back first. Pinning your hair back a little bit will give you enough texture to get one of these flower pins to stick. So here, I'm going to show you. Get this side of my head in the light. And look at that. I've got my flower in my hair. I have absolutely no product in my hair, no texture in my hair. It is as silky and baby fine as it comes. Don't even have a lot of hair, but as long as I pin it back a little bit first, I have enough texture and you know, stickiness to be able to put it in. Hopefully that shows up in the light. So I wanted to show you that it really doesn't matter what texture hair you have or how much hair you have, as long as you take a little bobby pin. Good morning, Rebecca from Puerto Rico. She got light 2 days ago. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I'll show you again with the larger one, because maybe it'll show up better. Well, let me show you why you have to pin it back. Okay, so I'm going to try to do it like this, and it won't stay. See, it's cute for a second, but it won't stay. So I'm going to show you, once I pin it back, just that texture of pinning it back gives you enough strength in the body of your hair to be able to hold it in. See? So now it'll stay. So that would stay. It's actually really secure. I can shake my head and I can feel the flower, but I can't. Rebecca, I agree. Flowers in the hair, always a sexy look, always a feminine and sexy look. And I love that. I love the combination of feminine and sexy together. Yep, the pattern's already on my website. The video is already here on YouTube. I will be posting a left-hand version of the video today. The video that's out now is right-hand. But not everybody has perfect hair, so I wanted to show you that my hair isn't perfect either, but there are still tips and tricks for getting your hair to do what you want, even if it's not perfect. So, I mean, shoot, nothing's perfect. It's all about the tips and tricks, right? I think I'll try my hat back on. This is my Project Kristin Cares hat. It's embroidered. Here in Southwest Florida, I go to a local embroiderer to get these done. Oh, Sarah, the sizes are small on... They go larger than a large, though. I thought they went to an XL and a XX on the leggings. I'm almost certain that they... because I feel like I bought extra large. Also, the company is really friendly, so I think that if they aren't offering the sizes that we all want, I highly recommend sending in a request. I'm planning on sending in a request because somebody else told me yesterday they didn't have the size that they needed. So let's collectively request larger sizes, because I do believe... Oh, someone saw a jellyfish. Oh, yep, it is. Let's go see. I think the more feedback a company gets, the more likely they are to make change. It's possible that's a jellyfish. Can you see it? Is it on the camera? You know, it doesn't look like a lot of the jellyfish that I've seen here. Does anybody know what that is or what kind it is? I've never seen it with so much stuff inside, and I've never seen it without tentacles. So I'm guessing it's already dead and stuff's been eaten off of it. I'm afraid we do see a lot of dead animals here at the beach too, unfortunately, but that's the circle of life, so what are you gonna do? It's a box jelly. Okay, Jenny's been stung by one of these. All right. Does it look alive or dead to anybody? I'm surprised it doesn't have any tentacles on it. Villic hopes it's dead. Well, I do believe that everything belongs in the ecosystem, and it's funny because even when you think something is a critter for yourself, it still belongs in the ecosystem and helps keep things going. Okay, everyone else think it's dead. Good. Because I was afraid that it was going to be my responsibility to push it back in the water, and I was a little scared. I would have done it. If anyone thinks it's alive, I'll try to find a stick to push it in, but okay, it's on its way to jellyfish heaven. Yeah, it doesn't look alive to me either. It looks like there's already some sort of decomposition going on inside. Ah, yes, Villic, I agree, yes. It's funny, I saw a meme on Facebook yesterday. Somebody had posted a picture of some sort of rodent, I forget what it was, and the joke, or the very sarcastic joke, was that somebody was complaining that it needed to be killed or put down because it might have rabies, but the animal was laughing, saying, "Oh, I save you from ticks, I save you from snakes, I save you from all these other things because they eat it, and you're only worried about whether or not I have rabies. You more likely have rabies than I do." And I thought it was a really great reminder that the lives of all animals count, and that if we don't let them live, even if we think that they're bad for us specifically, they're really important for the whole ecosystem, where if we affect their component of the ecosystem, we actually do much more damage to ourselves. Oh, Leanne says it's too late for her. Well, thanks for joining as long as you could. Yeah, I do believe that they can still sting even when they're dead. I think most animals that sting have the ability to still sting when they're dead, including snakes, including scorpions, and even including jellyfish. I do believe so. Yeah, I was not planning on touching it with my fingers. I was going to look for a stick if I needed to save it. Let's see, what did I bring to show you today besides the flower pins? Oh, those are some interesting birds. Can you see their beaks? See how long and curved their beaks are? Again, I don't know what they're called. I'm not really good at bird names. I know a lot of you are, so if you know what they are, please share. I do have a couple of projects in here. I'm still working on the swatching for a shawl. Still debating between this one, and that's in Be So Sporty yarn, and it's two different motifs that are the same size so they can be mixed together. And I'm debating this one, which looks like butterfly wings, but I'd like to do it in 3 colors and trying to figure out where the color changes should be. So the more I study the stitch pattern as it's growing, the more I can visualize where the color changes should be. So sometimes it's still a process. Even when the stitches are done, I still have to and the increases are established, I still have to think with it for a while. Oh, I missed your comment, Shirley. If you want to repeat it, go right ahead. Yes, Jenny, have a wonderful vacation. We will miss you while you're gone, but we'll be here when you get back. It's raining in Arkansas. Okay, I hope, does it mean, is Shirley having bad weather again? Is that why she has to pop off? And then I have one other thing I wanted to show you guys this morning that I meant to yesterday but didn't. Oh, monsoon season still. Okay, got it. All right, well, if you have to go, be safe. Jenny, we're going to miss you too, but we'll be here when you get back. So have fun and tell us all about it when you get back. I have a couple of, let's see, what would you call these? They're not ingredients. They are a couple of items for the material lists of new projects. So I ordered a set of bandanas online for a new crochet project that's in the works in my head, but I haven't started. So this is going to involve some crochet on fabric, and it's going to turn into some amazing projects. So they just arrived in the mail yesterday, and here's what one of them looks like. And I've got 6 of them in here. So I'll have more information on that coming soon. And then I ordered these handkerchiefs. And if you look real close, I'll pull one out. Thank you, Edna. It does look like a butterfly, that shawl. Yes, Terry, the 2 motifs would be beautiful as a table runner as well. I mean, I could probably name off a bunch of things that I'd like to see it in. So, let's see how big these are. Oh, they're much smaller than I thought. I can still make something cute out of it though. So these handkerchiefs, I also bought for a crochet on fabric project. And look at what the corner has. It has embroidery and this little butterfly on it, and it's only in the one corner. And the package has a whole bunch of them. And they each have different colored embroidery flowers on them, I think. Oh, maybe not. Yes, some of them have purple flowers, some have pink flowers, some have blue flowers. And I really like the fact that they were all a little bit different. Yeah, there's some blue. Let's see, so this one's pink, blue, and white. They all have that butterfly on the edge with the embroidery, like that. Yeah, I'm going to show you actually with the bandanas. I have at least 3 projects in my head to do with them right now, and hopefully can come up with hopefully. I know I'll come up with some more too. Depends on how far down the path I want to go with designing crochet with bandanas. I found all of these on Amazon. I can post links in my Amazon shop if you'd like me to. So these big ones are 22 inches square, and these ones are, gosh, a lot thinner, a lot smaller. They might even be only 12 inches square, maybe 10 inches square. Anyway, got projects coming in both of those. So that's my other little sneak peek this morning. You know, crochet and fabric, I think, is something that could really open up a giant world for many people. And I've actually got some more materials that I bought online that arrived, and they're gorgeous, and I can't wait to show you what I'm going to do with them. Just kind of debating how big of a project I want to make crochet on fabric, trying to decide if I'm going to do a giant book like book 14, or if I'm going to do little mini books and make them more like pamphlets. The bandanas I found and the handkerchiefs on Amazon. I'll share links to them in my Amazon shop today so you can find the exact ones that I did. So I'm trying to figure out what makes the most sense. If I do a large book like book 14, it'll take about 6 months before I can bring it out. But if I do pamphlet size books with a small amount of patterns, I can bring them out more often. Oh, KB, that's a great idea. Making Afghans with crochet on little pieces of fabric really speeds things up, right? And if you can find a fabric that you love, like even just taking a high quality washcloth and crocheting on fabric and joining them as you go as motifs would actually be a really fun and easy way to do a quick Afghan, or finding, you know, all sorts of things. So anyway, I'm debating how to develop the books or booklets for crochet on fabric. I'm trying to decide if I do, you know, subcategories in smaller publications or do a giant publication. It'll depend on how frequently I can release them, and trying to figure out just what makes the most sense with all the variables. I wonder if that's George over there. I want to get a picture of him. One of these days I want to take a nice portrait of him, or one of the birds, and lovingly name whichever one it is. Curious George. Good morning, Dawn. Thanks for joining. My heart's a little heavy this morning. It's day 19 of 2 of our family members still being in the hospital and not looking great. And it's wearing on everybody. Yeah, Jenny, it's so hard. It's so hard to... The longer it goes, the more confusing the emotions get. Especially for Merlin. Yesterday was a tough day for him. The water's sounding extra good for me today. There's just something about the rhythm of those waves crashing, you know? Book 14 will be out within the month, I believe. I appreciate it, Jenny. I know. And I share that side of things with you because I know other people are going through it too, and I just don't want anyone to feel alone in any hard time they're going through. And you know, it's hard to share things publicly, but it's also better to share things publicly than for other people suffering alone to feel like they're alone. So I'm sorry I'm missing comments too, but just know that I know that you care, and I appreciate your well wishes more than you will ever know. And it's really hard to share. But I know I'm not the only one, and I don't ever want anyone to feel alone. So I know just about everybody here has been through what I'm going through. And if you haven't, unfortunately, you will one day too. So I just want people to feel included and like they're never alone. So many of my hard times in my life, I have been so isolated and felt so alone, whether I've been hiding in plain sight or just completely alone. And, you know, I feel like that alone, no pun intended, makes it harder to heal and get better. That self-doubt and that, I don't know, there's something so horrible about feeling isolated during hard times that if I could change if I could make any change in this world, it's to help more people realize that whatever they're going through, they're not the only one. And it's just so important to me. And it's why I started Project Kristin Cares. Let me tell you, admitting that I was the survivor of domestic violence more than once in my life was not an easy thing to admit. I mean, especially with domestic violence being such a dirty secret style of affliction. I mean, there are things that people are okay talking about. Domestic violence isn't one of them. So it's really as hard as it is to share personal things when you don't want to, it helps other people to do it. I can't tell you how many emails and even in real life conversations I've had with people who have felt stronger and felt better about their situations because I shared my story publicly. And gosh, as hard as it is to share publicly, that makes it all worthwhile, you know? Yeah, KB, I totally understand what you're talking about. Yes, Deborah, also, getting stuff out is very healthy too. It's that whole mentality of sweeping things under the rug that those of us who live with toxic relationships or abuse for most of our lives, sweeping it under the rug is a coping mechanism. Not a healthy coping mechanism, but it's a coping mechanism. And also, I see what Lily said too. Abusers try to isolate you. Yes, that's the whole system of it, right? Nothing happens overnight. It's a system or a cycle of violence, a cycle of abuse that isolating, and then when you feel like you have no one to turn to, then the shit hits the fan. Sorry, I try not to swear on here, but once in a while, it's the only thing to do. Sorry. So much that I want to do with Project Kristin Cares when the time comes. In the meantime, donating a portion of the sales of every product in my brand makes me feel good. Helping people individually when I can, gosh, that makes me feel good. Hearing stories of how me coming forward and sharing and talking and educating on abuse, that makes me feel good. I have so many huge plans for Project Kristin Cares, and you know, some of them will come with time, some of them will come with more funds. Got a lot to do, and there's going to be some amazing things that I will accomplish with it. So just have to be patient. Oh, I'm getting a lot of really sweet comments. I appreciate it. And I'm not going to see all of them. They're going so fast, but I know I'm not alone, and I just want you to know that you are not alone either. And you're always going to be safe with me, whether you're sharing here on Yarn on the Beach. You know we get rid of the crazies as soon as we can. And with Create, Share, Inspire on Facebook, our group there, you know I'm going to protect you there. You're safe to share your creative projects with me. You're safe to share things that inspire you there. You're safe. I'm trying as hard as I can to, even in this social media world full of crap and lots of negativity, I assure you that no matter where you follow me, if it's something that I have control over, I promise to keep you safe. And as I grow Project Kristin Cares, I'm going to find all sorts of other outlets. Thank you, Yvette. I appreciate it. I don't even know what I pray for anymore with the 2 people in the hospital. I'm not sure what is the best outcome for either of them, and that's really confusing. I think Logic said bullying. Yeah, bullying something else too. I've seen bullying Oh gosh, certainly saw it in school, but even in industry and in work, I mean, we see it everywhere. It's not just with kids. There's bullies even as adults. Yes, Oath of the Owl. I absolutely agree with you. I have no issue with anybody having different points of view, and that's the other thing. Look at how many people we have from all walks of life here. We have people from opposing countries that come to us here in the morning and in Create, Share, Inspire. We have, we have people from all walks of life, and you know what? At the end of the day, we all have the same color blood. We all survive on oxygen and water and everything else. And we all have the same worries and concerns for our family. And I don't care about the rest. And that's why I want you to know that. And I also think that there's so much more that we have in common that we don't have in common. I said that kind of funny, but I think I know it. Hopefully you know what I mean. That I feel like with the groups that I can create, I just want us to focus on what we do have in common. That's it. When people want to look at differences, they have plenty of places to go for that. All I want in our groups that we have together is to focus on what we have in common. That's it. I don't care if you're male, female, different color, different religion, different political preferences, different religious preferences. I don't know. I don't even want to think about how many different ways we're different. I don't care. I just want to think about how we're similar. And we all care about our kids. We all care about our families. We all care about ourselves. We all care about so many things that make us similar. And crafting is a way that we find solace, we find anti-anxiety, we find ways to give people special things, we find ways to comfort people. My knitting club too. Yes, another place that everybody's safe. I'm the anti-bully. I am the anti-bully, and as much as I've been bullied in my life, I swear to God, nobody's gonna get messed with on my watch. Oh, thanks, Judy. It's hard to tell who's doing what in there sometimes. Thank you. Yes, Brenda, crafting helps us cope with life, period, let alone rough stuff. I totally agree. You know, there's certain books and stuff dedicated to prayer shawls where I think the thing is that you say something kind with every stitch, but shoot, I think that applies to everything we make, doesn't it? I think the attention that we put into every stitch is so powerful. They really do. Yes, Dawn says crafting soothes her soul. Mine too. Absolutely. Absolutely. My ex-husband denied me medical care while I was pregnant with Marlon, and I am convinced that it was my praying and my crocheting and knitting baby stuff for him with the intention of making sure that he was healthy is why we survived my pregnancy. Linda says it eases her physical pain. That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, I'm not sure which comments are real and which ones are crazy now. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you all for being here today. Oh, I think I went too long anyway, but sorry about that. Villick says crafting helps her with fibromyalgia. That's amazing. Yeah, I see a lot of people sharing that crafting has done so much to save their lives and help them with coping, help them with pain of all sorts of ways. I absolutely agree. It has helped me through so many hard times. They are extremely good therapy. I agree. Absolutely. Oh, it's helping with lupus too? Great. Sandy's says it's Bow Tie Friday, and she crocheted 7 bow ties for coworkers. That is wonderful. I love it. All right, we are definitely over time, but thank you all for staying longer with me. Let us soak in one more minute of this amazing view and these sweet little waves today. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking time out of your busy Friday to spend time with me. I appreciate it so much. I hope you enjoyed watching the sunrise on the beach. Hope you enjoyed the color palette, the sound of the waves, maybe not the blower over there, but all the other good stuff that we saw today. Thank you so much for the conversation. I truly appreciate it. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.